Hello, class. How are you? They are in the home stretch. We have this week and one more week. And this week we're going to be doing some different things. This week we have Chapter 8, Racism, Economic Inequality, and Global Justice. And you're going to have just a very little amount of reading with regard to Boss's book. There is one reading that's going to be very important that used to be in Boss's book but was not included anymore, but I have included it in a link on our Week 7 content folder for our class. It's an article written by Thomas Paggi called World Poverty and Human Rights, and it's a really excellent article with regard to the moral responsibility to combat global poverty, the extent to which people live in poverty across the world, and he's outlining a very important some moral argument with regard to certain notions of harm. And so definitely read this article. It's not very long at all. It's very nicely sourced too, and it's so morally relevant still today. It was published in the spring of 2005, but still today has very much important information with regard to efforts to combat global inequity and poverty and human rights more globally. So I want you to read that article in conjunction with viewing our video for this week, which is another investigative article from Al Jazeera. If you're looking for documentaries, investigative articles, Al Jazeera does some great ones. Also, Frontline is also a great tool. Through PBS, very awesome. You'll find some really excellent documentaries and investigative pieces on those programs, on their websites probably. So the video you're going to view is an investigative piece with regard to a fire in a garment factory in Bangladesh that was very destructive, very horrible. It happened in 2013. So you're going to view this video and keeping Thomas Paggi's article in mind too, as well, with regard to issues with regard to human rights more globally. But your discussion board question is going to be different this week. Your discussion board question, first of all, we do not have an assignment this week. Your assignment this week is just our discussion board posting. So you're going to do a discussion board piece based on the video that we're viewing and in part the article that we are reading as well. And so your discussion board is going to be analyzing, with regard to this factory fire, who are the people, the parties that hold moral responsibility for this tragedy and why they are morally responsible. There is not just one person or one group of people who are morally responsible. If we want to look at things a little bit more broadly, you will hopefully understand that there are more actors that are responsible, inadvertently or on purpose. So just because it may be unintentional doesn't mean that it absolves someone of moral responsibility for something. So I chose you to do this assignment, just this assignment, for several reasons. You're just going to do the discussion board because a couple reasons. Because we're getting close to next week, which is our final essay project, which I want you to maybe start spending some time reading some of the sources for that and starting to write maybe your final essay. But also because I want this discussion board to be a little bit more comprehensive. This discussion board post is going to count for 50 points instead of normal 25. And so I want you to basically write 1 page in length instead of the standard 1/2 page in length to really articulate who has moral responsibility for what happened at the Tazreen factory fire in Bangladesh. So it's going to be longer, more involved. Your analysis using ethical theories, the moral duties, principles, virtues, etc., that we have been learning. And also you can use Paggi's article as well in order to gain more insight into the moral responsibility of others with regard to this tragedy. So So that's it, and that's your only assignment. Your only reading, your only video, and your only assignment. Just a few pages from Boss, the Thomas Podgy's article, and the video. So that's it. And then the same thing as before, you will have to respond to two. That's my cat. Respond to two of your co-students by the Sunday, December 15th, and that's it. So that's all I want to talk about for global justice. This discussion board. The other articles in this chapter are very interesting with regard to questions of immigration, migration, asylum seekers, etc. Some of the arguments are very interesting with regard to, you'll see if you want to take a look, they're not required. This is the only thing, since we're running out of time this semester, we only had 8 weeks. I wanted to go easy on the work for this week so you can maybe devote some time for next week's reading of the sources for next week's assignment and the essay that you'll have to write. So that's it. So just post your discussion board by Friday the 13th and your 2 responses to other students by the 15th, and you're good. Any questions, comments, of course, please let me know. Please give me a holler, and I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.